So, Lee, Qatar 2022 has come and gone. Argentina parading the trophy as we speak in Buenos Aires in Argentina. What was your take on it? First, as a venue, did you get used to the idea of 4 matches a day? Yeah, I'm liking this.
Yeah, I think for somebody sitting at home, watching it from home, obviously I wasn't lucky enough like you guys to go out there and experience it live. But watching it from home, I enjoyed it, I have to say. Obviously taking all the politics aside, the football side of it, I think there was some good games, a lot of good games, some good upsets, big upsets. And for me watching at home, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Were you disappointed England went out at the quarter-final stage? Was this an opportunity missed?
Yeah, for me, I think it was definitely an opportunity missed. I think with the squad of players that we had there, some exciting talent, a lot of young, exciting talent, I think we could have been a bit bolder, a bit more on the front foot. But overall, yeah, was I disappointed? Of course, I'm an Englishman, a proud Englishman, and I wanted us to go and win it, and I thought we had a big opportunity. If we could have got past France, I think we would have gone on. It would have been a completely different game, the final, to the way France played in the final against Argentina. I think it would have been completely different. We'd have gone about it a different way, and that was our biggest chance of winning it.
You maybe heard us debate with the likes of Danny Mills, Martin Keown yesterday about Gareth Southgate. He carries on, Lee. Now, without putting you in the spot, I'm going to put you in the spot. You comfortable that Southgate carries on? Or would you have wished somebody else, whoever that somebody else is, to come in?
No, I think the right thing, Gareth knows the squad now. He's put this squad together. He's built it. He's worked with a lot of these youngsters. And I think in 18 months' time, when the next tournament comes around, the Euros, these younger players, as good as what they are now, they're going to be another 18 months more wiser, more stronger. Your Bellinghams, your Fodens, Conor Gallagher then will be in the frame as well, I think. Another exciting young player. So, yeah, I think that he is the right person to take it forward.
There's a butt coming.
I'm just disappointed the way we went out. That's the thing that plays on my mind, because I think we could have been bolder. I think we could have been more on the front foot, and I hope the next tournament we do that, because that's why Argentina won. For me, watching the final, they was on the front foot. They got in France's face from the first whistle. That there was no ifs, no buts. They got in amongst them. They made it uncomfortable, and they run over the top of France for 80 minutes. It was only until I think that they run out of legs that then France then got that breakthrough, and then obviously we all know what happened from there on in. But for me, I think if we would have approached the France game the way the Argentinians did, I think we would have won comfortably. Because
that's how you played. That's the only way you knew, Lee, wasn't it? You were in the face of the opponent.
Yeah, and a lot of the managers that I've played under, I think I love listening to Graeme Souness, one of the managers I played under. He makes the game sound so simple, but the game is simple. You got 11 men on the pitch, and it's an individual battle. You against the person you're playing against, and for 80 minutes, Argentina won every single individual battle. And that's where I think we went wrong. We didn't approach the game in that manner.
See, we were discussing yesterday, Simon, about what was revealed over the weekend. I think it was the Sunday Times that Southgate was maybe ready to publicly announce he would quit the post after the World Cup, because he felt he'd lost the support of the fan base after that Hungary defeat in the Nations League. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're still of the belief, Simon, that modern day players, managers, maybe they're quite willing to take the praise, but when it comes to being criticised, not having it.
Yeah, I don't think that's just football managers. I think that's people in society per se. But I think a lot of what Lee has said sort of encapsulates my view in terms of the boldness, the bravery. We started against the French, and for the first 25 minutes we let the French do what they wanted until we suddenly conceded a goal and woke up and thought, well hang on a second, what's going on here? And I've always maintained that I felt that England needed to be, to use Lee's word, bolder, braver, impose ourselves upon the opposition. We had the quality of player on the field to be able to do it. Now, with the criticism side of things, nobody likes criticism, and criticism that's not fair is something that no one should have to endure. But if it's a fair observation, it just doesn't happen to be something that you like, you should have the fortitude to overcome it. And when I'm listening to Gareth Southgate, I'm not an admirer of Gareth. I'm also not a detractor. I'm sort of ambivalent. For me, they gave him a contract before the World Cup Lee. I don't think they should have done that. I think they should have given him a contract after the World Cup if he'd done well enough in the World Cup, because surely that's what you do. That's how you get contracts, by the tournaments you go into and perform in. And I look at it, and when someone talks about they've had a couple of games go the wrong way, crappy, irrelevant games, but notwithstanding it, the fans are still going to be peed off if they're watching a team get beat 4-0 by Hungary at home. And then you're talking about, actually, you know what, I think I've lost the room, and after this World Cup I think I'm going to go. But you're already forecasting in your mind you're going to have a disappointing World Cup by that very nature, aren't you? Because my attitude, and I don't know what yours would be, was, I'll tell you what, I'll show these people. They want to scream at me, I'll give them something to scream about. It'll be a different kind of screaming this time round. So
you were never bothered about the critics, were you?
No. I think that's part of it. If you can't handle it, then you're in the wrong game, I think. You have to be brave enough, strong enough as a person inside and out to face criticism, because let's be honest, we're not perfect. No one's perfect. People make mistakes. And when you make a mistake, you have to hold your hands up and then take the criticism. In my short time as being a manager, I've been criticised, I've been praised. You can't just accept one.
Did it ever get you?
No, because I know that you can turn it around. Football's that game that you can turn things around and move things in the right direction. And that's what Gareth has done to a certain extent. I think getting us to the Euros final, I think that probably earned him, Simon, the contract.
Oh, yes.
Going forward.
Until the World Cup, absolutely. But not, in my view, and it may differ from yours, absolutely. You go to a European Championship final, which, by the way, you should have won, because it was in your hands to do so. I'm not suggesting the Italians were mugs, but it was still our gift to be able to take control of our destiny and change what was happening in front of us. My criticism of his, and I think yours, and you'll be careful what you're saying, because you're a manager and you want to respect your fellow professional. I can swing for the bleachers easy, right? But I don't think he changes things. I don't think when something needs to be changed, top managers change it. They see it. It's like an alchemy. It's something they feel. They can see it in themselves. They can see it in their team, and they change it. And I think this fella won't. And I think we'll go into the European Championships, and the same thing will happen again. We'll come up against opposition that maybe we shouldn't beat, or maybe more difficult to beat, and we'll lose. When you say bold, what do you mean bold? Because I know what I mean. Well, what do you mean about bold? Where was the boldness that we lacked in that game?
I don't think that we was more afraid of conceding a goal than putting them under pressure.
From the outset?
From the outset. Yeah. Like what you said, for the first 25 minutes against France, we just accepted and we was passive.
Passive, yeah.
But for me, Argentina didn't do that. They was the complete opposite. Yeah. And then everybody on the telly was saying, oh, well, France have had a virus, and well, that virus disappeared after 80 minutes because then all of a sudden they could have gone and won it in 90 minutes. Then no one was talking about that.
Yeah.
So,
and Argentina are nasty, Lee. Yeah. They're not going to win the Fair Play Award, but England did.
Yeah, so that's not a good award to win, I don't think. It looks pretty and it looks nice, but I think Argentina's goalkeeper got more yellow cards than our whole team.
What do you think of Martinez's antics, incidentally, during the penalty shootout, kicking the ball away?
But I think if that's going to give you an edge, do anything that's going to make you win. You're in the World Cup final, and if throwing a ball away and it's going to get you a yellow card, which didn't even get him a yellow card, that antic, but throwing a ball away, if it's going to put the player off, which it would, they've got all their thousands of people behind the goal, booing and screaming, and you've got the goalkeeper who everyone knows has made so many good saves already in penalty shootout. So I don't see anything wrong with what
you're fine
done.
with that.
Yeah,
you thought it was cheating, didn't you?
I think it's cheating, but I think it's the referee's job to stop it. If the goalkeeper wants to push the envelope, people do it in life. You push the envelope. You push the envelope in a business deal. You push the envelope as a manager. You push the envelope as a player.
Yeah.
If the referee wants to put a stop to it, that's what authority's there. Right, you're not doing any of that. Two goalkeepers in the middle of the park. I'm having none of that. Right, so when we get into this penalty shootout, it's a fair shootout. You've already got your fans behind you, so you've got the advantage. You're not getting the ball. I'll have the ball. I'll give the ball to the player that takes the penalty, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. He did get the yellow card after that.
Yeah,
and the next
but it's of no use, is it, to the player who missed it?
Yeah, because he'd already missed 2 by then. So.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.